It's day 32 of doing this vlog. I don't feel like doing it, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Well, here we are. You know, I really want to just get in here and complain and blasey blah 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 and say all these things. But what's the point? What's the use? Today was one of those days. Man, I had an active week, pushing myself. But man, you gotta be honest, today I just was tired. Again, my body shut down. I got up early, motivated. Then I was tired. I woke back up at like 10. Then I did some work. Then I took another nap for 2 hours. By the time I look at it, the day's gone. And I'm like, why am I so tired? And I said, man, I haven't put my steps in. And I thought about it. Would it really matter if I didn't do my steps? If I didn't do my vlog? And I thought about it and I go, you know what? This is part of the process. It's part of the journey of becoming this disciplined creator. You know what I mean by that is people like to do things and they get frustrated when things don't work out because they don't work hard. And I'm gonna tell you something about me. I might be in a financial bind in life, but ain't nobody gonna outwork me, man. When it comes to this stuff, I promise you that. I'm always working, always defining, always studying, always looking at things of how I can be better, be a better communicator, better editor, better director, better writer, for music, for storytelling, for anything that I'm doing. Producer on a short film. You get the point. But I'm constantly working. And some people will say, hey, we don't really classify that as work. You know, typically guys have construction jobs and then they go back home and they do those things they love. You know, quite frankly, if I could turn back time, I say to myself sometimes, like, maybe I should have just quit the creative journey along the way, but I had too many wins. That's why I've tasted it. And it was good. I just made a lot of bad judgment calls in my life that got me here, which is fine. But part of the rebuild process, there's things happening, maybe not on the level I want them to, because I'm used to things daily happening. I think it's in these moments where I have to sit down and a day is not planned out. That's when I struggle. And that was a revelation today. I think I just need to stay busy, out and about with my schedule as well, because I think it's a mental thing. My body says I'm tired. Obviously I need the rest. There's a reason for that. But immediately get up and have something to do, which I did today. But a lot of it was based on this stuff, editing video for a different client. But you get the point. It's mandatory. So I'm learning this about myself. Learned something new today. When your body tells you to stop or it's aching, you fight. You fight. And you fight. And you fight some more. I think it's the people that just stop and they quit. You're gonna have to start again. I'm not willing to do that this time. I might fail, but I'm not failing today. Definitely not failing today. It's beautiful out here as the rest of the country is freezing. It is 77 degrees out here in this wonderful area. I've actually grown fond of this area. It's one of my go-to spots to walk now, but soon, again, this will be all developed houses, people's dreams, owning a home, the modern Florida cookie cutter house. But that's how I feel today. Whether that motivates you, you could care less. Another thing too is like, what are the things people watch on YouTube? I watch various things. I'm interested in people's lives. I've stated that before, and I might repeat myself because that's how YouTube works. Quite frankly, people that are watching these videos, there might be one or two people that actually come back at this point that are watching these things. So it doesn't matter if I repeat myself anyways. So I say all that, I'm gonna walk this way. It's because I guess certain things work on YouTube. They work, people going to Disney World. But how many friggin' videos can you watch a day with everybody eating the same croissant from Epcot? You know, I'm not saying I'm never gonna do it, but I get it. It's how the algorithm works. It favors, it pushes things. I think with content like this, it's a little bit difficult, but I always seem to find these off-the-cuff channels where these content creators are different. They may not have a lot going on, but they have something. They have an interesting twist. That's the great thing about storytelling, folks, is that in itself. Interesting, different. That's what draws me in to watching something. An interesting take, a walk, or a circumstance, or a comeback story, or redemption. That's what makes great Hollywood story scripts. And with YouTube moving in the direction it's moving into, I'm really hoping that it pushes more content to me like that. Because ultimately they're competing against Netflix for dominance and long series space. But somehow, some way, people want reality. They don't want reality TV shows that are easily defined and predictable, scripted. They want reality. And I talked about this a week ago, probably a week to this day. People want to see real. I want to see real. I don't want to see, you know what I mean by real? I'm not saying turn on the camera and be something. Hey, yay! I can do that all day long. I'm trained, I'm operated, but I said, hey, I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna put on a facade. Yeah, I'll have my moments when I get all crazy and stuff, but I wanna be real, transparent. Don't wanna be some goofball that's not real. When they turn off the camera, they're a miserable bastard. That's what I don't wanna be. That's why I'm fighting. That's why I'm disciplining myself to do this even when I don't wanna do it. Training muscles. You know, there's a lot to it. When you're filming content yourself, I'm used to working with a crew. So as a director, I don't have to worry about the shots. I have to worry about the performance and the story. I lean on to a DP who worries about the shots, the angles, how we're gonna captivate the story, how it's gonna look. And with this now, I'm like, oh, how can I do that now? I know how to be on front of camera, I know how to talk, I know how to direct, I know how to keep a story going. But how do I take it up a notch with my skill levels with this DJI Osmos 3? So that's what I was doing this afternoon. Looking at editing techniques of how I can take this to a different level with just experimenting with things and try things. Obviously it'd be great to have a B camera, looking at those Osmos Nanos, teeny little cameras, magnetic. That'd be perfect. Get a lot of B shots. Just try something different, you know? I did an intro last night, driving home from Disney Springs. Did a really cool shot. And I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. Got a rear view mirror shot. Turned out great. That's the kind of stuff that I'm working on. Just thinking of things when you're telling a story or you're showing a story and you're learning. Because a lot of this too, for me, this is unscripted. It's unplanned. I literally get in my car, decide where I'm going to go, somewhere in this, if I'm local in the area, I turn on and go. And whatever is on my mind or is around me, I start talking about it. And there's the toll road. But I mean, I'm telling you, couldn't be more outstanding outside right now. I remember when cows used to be on this land. Really, I don't, but I'm sure they were. But you get the point of what I'm trying to say here. Is with this is not revolutionary. This has been done before. But I'm hoping of doing this daily that I hit a stride of something new, something that hasn't been done before. And what I mean by that is, years ago, when I was a pretty successful live streamer, and a lot of people say that, but I kid you not, I actually was. I got hired by companies to do so, and I was in Inc. magazine as one of the top 10 influencer live streamers in 2017, and I was doing it live streaming since 2006. But I saw a stride in that. I'm like, wow, there's something here. And I had the same philosophy with that. I was like, let me just turn on the camera and go. And at the same time, I saw some vloggers pop up on YouTube, and I was like, that's awesome. But I didn't have the capacity to think outside of what I've always doing. I said I couldn't do multiple things at the same time. I had to stay focused. So I focused that lane, was successful, worked for a lot of these live stream companies, and going out as project managers too, building technology with these engineers, these creators, and being a part of some of these cameras for live stream, building them out for people that are using them for everyday use now. So I say all that. I don't mean to go back and say all that. I go back to that to say, I'm breathing hard. My steps. I'm saying, there's just something raw and organic about it. And yeah, vlogging has always been a raw and organic moment. But I'm thinking of all these things, of how I'm a creative and a creative on the mend, of how I can take all these things and hopefully find a new stride that hasn't been done in this space. But chances are, everything's been tried once, right? It's the successful ones that carry it through. But that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for that all these elements that I do, everything that I love, can cohesively be here. And it's very hard to do with the YouTube algorithm, where it pushes you to certain things. Disney vloggers, fooders, or travel adventure vlogs. But cohesively, I'm an entrepreneur, starting over. Got two businesses that I'm building, and one I'm helping. That's not official yet. That I'm helping with. That we are partnered up. We split money down the middle. We just haven't made it official LLC. So 3 businesses, growing them, but also going back in the studio, recording music again. It's just like the complex of sharing everything together cohesively, where that story all works, and being transparent and be real on this channel is what I'm going for. That is beautiful. Breathe it in. I'm gonna catch my bearings too. I've been yapping. I was thinking, I have nothing to talk about. But I turned on the camera and I go. That's what I'm hoping for. In the days where your body says don't do it, what's one day of rest not walking? What's one day rest of not vlogging? Fight it. I fought it. Every time I get here, I'm like, I'm glad I fought. Because I'm out here, I'm breathing, I'm communicating, and I'm fighting for this. I'm fighting for this vlog dream of somehow making this work. I don't know how it's gonna work, because you're talking an ocean of creators now. But I have this, and I get hired out too to help people excel in this too. And just when it comes to myself, I think I suck at it. I can help other people get over the hump, but for me, it's kind of hard to shift because you're doing everything by yourself. It's difficult. You've got to encourage yourself. You got to motivate yourself. It's not a team of people. When you're vlogging, it's a one-man show, not unless you're a husband and wife duo. Also, I was thinking, talked about this too, about relationships. I don't know, man. I wrote a song about, you saw her briefly on the video, Sweden. First time we got to spend a little time together, and then she went out to the West Coast, and somehow she's going to come back, and then our schedules don't align. I'm just frustrated with that. It's been 2 years, and nothing romantic about it, but I just like being around her. And I wrote a song the other night when she was still here. I went back and I wrote a song. I think it's one of the best songs I've ever written. It's basically just saying, I'm a lot older now. I don't feel the highs and lows of what it is when you like someone in the beginning. What I feel is I like being around that person. That's all I know. The song pretty much is built around that premise. Hopefully I can record it soon. Got a little scratch to it, but yeah. And I'm thinking, will I ever have that? Because typically, again, I've rushed into things that got me into trouble. But now, I'm kind of like, well, it is what it is. I'm tempted, folks. An open field, that's beautiful. But soon, this will all be houses. And this vlog will be documented when there was nothing out here. That's the journey. That's the journey I'm on. And again, I'm not trying to rag other content creators what would they do. I get why they do it. It's what the system requires you to do to engage and for the algorithm to find your people. I get that. Because I've said this, I stated it, I love Disney World. When I get my season pass, I will be going out there a lot. And someone can judge me like, you're just doing everything. It's like, no, I like going out there. But it's not going to be all Disney content all the time. But it's just right up the road, and it's time to do a new season, make new memories there. Got a lot of fond memories in the past there. Talked about that in previous vlogs. But I'm here. I showed up today. I showed up. That's got to count for something, right? Counts for me. Because I'm doing this for myself. To get better. To craft. To be disciplined. And it's not always about, most times I do these things behind the camera. Or work with people with music or manage their careers or creators. Helping them achieve things online or through the system of the entertainment industry is I get paid to do that. People pay me a fee. This is organic. A lot like the music I'm doing right now. I'm not getting paid to do music, going in the studio. I'm just doing it because I love to do it. Just like I love doing this. It's a great hobby. But ultimately, I'm going to find a way to integrate it to what I'm doing where there is going to be money, whether it be through YouTube, being monetized through YouTube, which I already have a channel that's monetized, but I just don't feel like doing that content anymore. And maybe I should. It's an extra $300, anywhere between 150, 500 a month, whatever I put into it, once a week videos. Maybe I should. I just haven't been motivated because I feel like it can't be real. I have to feed the algorithm what it wants. It wants entertainment news. It wants the political juice. It wants current events. Sometimes it's just nice to breathe. Get things off your chest. I thank you for giving me an opportunity to put this in the atmosphere to see if anybody ever sees this, ever. Thank you. I appreciate you. Remember, don't be so darn hard on yourself, whatever you're going through in life. It's a season. It's a season that will pass. And document the journey, baby. Just what I'm doing right now. It's not pretty. It's not sexy. It's not cinematic. It's just raw and real. And sometimes that's the best therapy. Even if you don't upload it, turn on your camera and just talk. Throw it out into the atmosphere of the World Wide Web and see what happens. And we'll catch you on the next one. Oh, that's beautiful. I just love the clouds. On Creative, on the Mend. See you tomorrow, Lord willing.